Alrighty, I can slow down a little bit. I don't have to be talking like an auctioneer to get my videos done for the week. This is the Windsor real estate market update. Windsor real estate market update for the week ended July 19th, 2025. I am Brian, your handy dandy realtor here in the city of Windsor. As you know, I help our senior citizens here in this market. It is a blast to help these senior citizens. This week, coming up, I'm helping a couple who are in their 90s with a house on Malden, and I'm helping an 87-year-old who's currently in Denver, Colorado. Flew out there yesterday to go spend some time with her son, and I'm going to be cleaning out her condo or her townhome, whatever you want to call it, kind of her place, and going to be cleaning that all out and then moving her stuff over to her daughter's house where there's some construction going on. And Mom, when she comes back from Denver, Colorado, will be living with her daughter here in the city of Windsor at 87. Wonderful, wonderful person. Love working in our seniors market. As you know, it is my calling, but I need your help because helping our senior citizens does cost a little bit of money. I do give them some extra special care, and I have my whole team as well too that I pay for when I help our senior citizens. And if I can help you with your normal real estate, then it gives me the opportunity to be able to pay that back and help our senior citizens in our community that much more. So your help would be greatly appreciated. If I can help you with real estate, if you would like to like and subscribe this channel, it just helps me to be able to pay it forward that much harder. My name is Brian, 519-995-6145 if I can help. So let's dive into the Windsor market. As we can see, we've got 1,388 units, which was plus 32 for the week. We have 300 rentals in and across the Windsor Metroplex, which was plus 6 for the week. We have 159 above 950,000, which was plus 6 for the week. There we are building up, obviously, a hell of a lot of inventory above 950,000. Those houses do need to be sold differently. I would love to have a meeting with you if you're thinking about selling a house that's above 950,000 in Windsor, Essex County. And technically, I don't care where it's at, above 950. I'd love to have a conversation with you because I'd like to try something different to be able to try to get your house sold faster. I'd like to try something different to be able to get your house sold faster. Because I'm independent with Real, the largest, fastest growing non-bricks and mortar brokerage in all of Canada and the United States, originally founded in Toronto about 11 years ago. Because I'm with them, it gives me a little bit of flexibility to be able to do some different things, and I would like to be able to try something in the 950,000 and above market. It starts with your house. It starts with your trust with me. Of course, I've got all kinds of designations and letters and all that stuff behind my name. It might be something good that you might enjoy, a little bit of a meeting with me, but I'll leave that up to you. So let's go back into the market here. So we had 929 inventory of regular houses, which was up 20 for the week. So you are seeing a few more for sale signs, a little bit longer. You know, a lot of people keep their for sale signs up. A lot of people use sold signs as well too. With my listings, I yank down my signs. As soon as that house is sold, I do not use sold signs. I do not believe it's important to be advertising to your neighbors that you sold your house. That's your own private data. Who cares? At the end of the day, just kind of a position I have with me. If a client asks me, can you put a sold sign up? Sure, I'll put a sold sign up, but I typically do not do that. If they don't get my sign while I have the house listed in the 3 or 4 days that it's going to take me to get the house sold, they sure as heck better get a picture of that sign, because as soon as that house is sold, that sign comes down. It's about helping you. It's not about me. So anyway, looking at July 19th, as you know, we've now got that 78 sales for the week. So that's about 14 weeks of inventory in the greater Windsor market. So if we hover here for a few minutes, if we hover here for a few minutes, whoops, did I hover here for a few minutes? At the very least, it's a little bit interesting. Let's look at the data sets, shall we? So days on market in the Windsor Metroplex, days on market are 23. Now, I just sold Glengarda in 3 days. Condos are very hard to sell, supposedly. But if you market them correctly with the right price, then they sell themselves, which is exactly what we just did in Glengarda in 3 days. Now, it took 7 days because the lawyers had to argue about it all and all that other stuff, and it is going to Superior Court, but we believe that we've got the property sold because it's an estate. So there's some different things that are going on with this. Riverside Drive estates are a little bit different than other road estates. Aspen Shore is a little bit different than what Riverside Drive is. 23 is the average days on market in the Windsor Metroplex. 21 houses sold under. Of the 78 that sold for the week, 78 was a massive number of houses selling in the week. It's all good. Our real estate market here is holding up exceptionally well. You're going to see that in a second. We had 66 houses listed with a 2.0 marketing structure, one house listed with the wonky 2.25 selling structure, and 11 houses selling at the 2.5 structure. Now, my property that I'm listing out in Kingsville will be listed at 2.5, and then I'm only taking 2% for me to give that client a little bit of a break, because he's a great guy, grand knight of something or another, and gives me an opportunity to be able to do some different things for him as well too. So also helping the person that he is severing from to be able to give her a little bit something too, because they do share in ownership of the house, and she did decide to work with me, so I wanted to say thank you to her for the opportunity to be able to serve both of them too. It's hard in separations. Normally houses are kind of co-listed in separations, but as long as I am me, she felt very, very comfortable with the concept of me bringing the property to market just as one realtor without needing her own. So I'll be working both sides of that, both sellers. I'll be working very, very hard to keep both of them exceptionally happy out there. So looking at the total volume for the market as well too, we had $40,398,000, $40 million worth of houses sold for the week in Windsor. If that's not record-breaking news, we don't have press any longer. So, these young kids that report the news they create it, they make it up. Or, this is what we're told we're not supposed to talk about good news. We're only supposed to talk about bad news, that the unemployment rate's 11.9% in Windsor, Essex. How many of us still even work? I mean, both of us are retired, so we would show up as being unemployed. I don't have any jobs. And I employ 5 people as well, too, in my firm. They don't show up as being employed. So I don't get it. I don't understand all this number. Everybody says everybody's unemployed. Well, you drive around. Everybody's driving around fancy cars. They're driving around $50,000, $60,000, $70,000 cars. If being unemployed, driving around $50,000, $60,000, $70,000 car is being unemployed, that's kind of not a bad thing at all, it seems. I mean, we're going to Europe. We're going to, I'm waiting for getting hotels out in Banff, and then we'll be going on a cruise as well, too. So if that's being unemployed in the city of Windsor, that's not a bad lifestyle to have. I would imagine there are people that are having some hard times here in the city of Windsor. I'm not making fun of that, but it just seems a little odd when you drive around at 1 o'clock in the afternoon and see all the people on the roads. It's like, well, yeah, nobody works anymore. But they sure don't seem like they're having any troubles financially. Maybe they are. Maybe it's all being hidden, not sure. But I digress a little bit. That's my little political take on things, not sure. So $40 million worth of houses. We listed $40 million. We sold $42 million. I'm going to round this up. It's pretty damn close to round it up. $42 million houses for the week. That was staggering. Staggering. And look, we sold some more $1 million houses as well too. I mean, woohoo! Shouldn't we be happy with that? We did pretty darn good. Now, 78 houses, divide this by 78, that equals average selling price, $517,932. Spot on where we've been for the last 2 years. There has been no change in this number for the last freaking 2 years. It's been over five. No, every so often there's 1 week where it's a little bit less because we don't sell as many $1 million houses. But at the end of the day, we have been spot on $500,000 plus, $500,000 of net wealth for you in your house. Now, my house is worth about $700,000. It's all paid off, so that's all net wealth. I could tap that tomorrow. I could go and just say, yeah, let me put it all on black. The casino would love me. Would never do that, but the casino would love me. Average sale price in the city was a staggering $537,131, right spot on, exactly where we've been for the last 2 years. And yet some people are saying, oh my God, there's so many for sale signs. Oh my God, the market's crashing. No, it's just slowing down a little bit. We're up to 23 days. So the signs are out there for a little bit longer. That's all you're seeing. The signs are there for a little bit longer. We're not selling them in 7 days and taking the signs down or putting sold signs up. It's now taking 23 days before the sold sign goes up. That's all. We're still selling $40 million worth of houses. 40 million, 42 million. Let's be real. Crazy. So average list price 517, average sale price 537, average overbid. Average overbid, 20 grand. Meaning that if you're out there looking at a house that's priced at, I don't know, 600,000, you should expect to spend 620,000. If you were in a bidding war for the house, about 20 grand over. Now, there's some houses plus or minus that are more than that. I've got one that's coming up tomorrow that I'm writing an offer on here today for a client out in Kingsville. And we're going to need to be a little bit different than that without giving up any secrets. We're going to have to be a little bit different than that. It's a really nice house. It would really serve him well. It's a little bit bigger than what he actually needs, but it would be good. And we're going to have a couple clauses in there as well, too. So we're going to need to be a little bit more. We're going to need to be a little bit more aggressive. He's golden, otherwise I wouldn't be helping him. We'll get it done. That's not a problem. They just have to be willing to work with us, which they should be. Should work well. We'll see if we win the bidding war, because that's how this house is priced as well, too, out in Kingsville. So, and then I'll have that new listing coming up in Kingsville as well, too, on Tuesday. On Monday, Anthony Sheardon and I will be out there doing our photographing of the property. And then on Tuesday, that goes live as well. If you're looking for a beautiful townhome with 2 master suites in it, I've got one coming in Kingsville. It is stunningly beautiful. So this is Brian, your handy dandy realtor here in the city of Windsor. As you know, I do have a new trailer coming in. I help our senior citizens. I do have a new project for this week, helping on Columbia Court, a 87-year-old young lady. My team is going to be doing the clean out of her condo, and a different realtor is going to be listing her condo. So if you're looking for a condo on Columbia Crescent, I can always sell one because I know I got one. It's there. We could always do an offer for a property not listed and just buy it quickly before it even hits the market. It doesn't even have to hit the market because we know it's going up for sale. We could always make an offer for a property not listed and buy it. So if you're looking for a good rental property on Columbia Crescent in South Windsor, right there by the school, it's a great rental property location, and it's not super expensive to be able to buy one on Columbia Crescent. So if you would like to be able to look at a property over on Columbia Crescent, if you know somebody that doesn't have a whole lot of money but needs a comfortable place to live, Columbia Crescent is a good place to live. It's a very clean complex as well, too. Very well run, with great schools all around it in South Windsor. So if you're looking for something in South Windsor, don't hesitate to give me a jingle. If you don't have very much money to be able to spend, say you're a parent that's coming off of divorce and needs some place to just be down that's comfortable, this would be a comfortable place. So don't hesitate to give me a jingle, 519-995-6145, 519-995-6145. Please like and subscribe to this page as well, too. I'd love to be able to keep these things going. It is a blast to be able to share the market updates with you. As you know, I have a lot of fun with these, as you can tell in my voice. And this is Brian. I am going to be signing off here in a second, 519-995-6145. If I can help you in the Windsor real estate market, don't hesitate. My property in Glengarda sold in 3-4 days. And everybody says condos are exceptionally impossible to sell. But I did run it on a full-page feature ad up in Haven Magazine, Toronto. And that hasn't even hit the market yet, and it's already sold. So I've got a pretty good track record going so far. Selling houses pretty darn quickly above the normal trend. The trend in Windsor is 23. Condos are even longer, about 36 for condos in Windsor, Essex County. And I got my condo sold in 4 days. Na. Now, it has to go through Superior Court because it is an estate sale. There's a few other little things going on with it, but I like the complex, and we'll get that done. If you know anybody, last thing I have for you, if you know anybody in the planning department at the town of LaSalle, There is a property on Malden Road that is owned by some 96-year-old clients of mine. We desperately need to get that house sold so that we get the money into their account so that they can stay living in retirement village. Our holdup is that there's a little bit of expropriation going on in front of the house on a little bit of the land of the house, and I can't sell the house until the expropriation is done. So if you know anybody in the planning department at the town of LaSalle that could try to bump up helping out these senior citizens, we sure do need the help. It's getting kind of close now. And any help that you could give us would be great. If you know somebody in the planning department that could speed up, I'm going to be talking to them again tomorrow to see if I can't get them to speed up the expropriation process for this one property so that I can get it sold and we can get the money freed up from this house into these senior citizens funds so that they can stay living in retirement village. I desperately need the help over there. But thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching. I'm going to try to make that happen over on Malden. That'll be another house coming up as well too. If you know anybody looking for an entry-level raised ranch in LaSalle for around $580,000, there will be one coming up. It's going to be on Malden Road, but hey, another family lived there their whole life as well too. So it's time for your family to be able to move to LaSalle as well for $580,000. You can't be too picky in LaSalle because it's $1 million community. My name is Brian. Those are the things that are coming up. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching. If I can help you in any way, 519-995-6145. Have a great day. We will sign out. It was a banner week in Windsor real estate. That should be headline news at the 6 o'clock news hour. Should be headline news across our Windsor Star, but it's crickets. We should start talking about good news things here in the city of Windsor. There's a lot of it all around us. Have a great day. Bye-bye.